Hello and welcome to Ask Bansi. We are going to look at the final part on our series on gastric ulcers. And in the first and second videos, we debunked the assertion that hunger can make one develop ulcer. And then in the second video, we looked at how oranges actually protect you from developing an ulcer. However, if you have already developed an ulcer, it is best you stay away from oranges because it may aggravate your situation. But if you do not have ulcer, there's nothing wrong with you taking orange, and the best time for you to take oranges is on empty stomach. Now, if you are suffering from ulcer or you know someone suffering from ulcer like I do, most of them have been placed on antibiotics by doctors. And after taking the antibiotics for a very long time, some people do not get relief from their ulcer. And for all of the people that I have helped to combat ulcer, almost all of them were placed on antibiotics. I'm not going to mention the names of some of them. Actually, many of them have spent so much money on antibiotics, but they did not get any relief from their ulcer. This one tells you that something is wrong somewhere. Why are doctors prescribing antibiotics for patients with gastric ulcer? Because studies have shown that the H. pylori bacteria or Helicobacter bacteria is a key culprit when it comes to gastric ulcers. And so, yes, the antibiotics are supposed to kill these Helicobacter bacteria so that the person will get some relief. And so when you take the antibiotics, you realize that truly you get some temporary relief, but it re-emerges, and then they prescribe a lot more antibiotics for you, stronger antibiotics for you. This is the part that I want to tackle. This means that the antibiotics alone are not enough. And for us to understand what we need to combat ulcer completely, for all of the people who have been able to combat ulcer completely through my guidance, I explained to them and they understood clearly that something causes the Helicobacter bacteria to thrive in the stomach. Just like when you have a broken skin, bacteria, viruses can have access to your tissues for you to fall sick or get some disease. The same thing happens in the stomach. The poisonous foods that you put in your system, the dangerous foods that you eat, the animal products, these foods are going to cause acidic wastes and acidic gases in your stomach. Eating late at night, bad food combinations, eating cooked and uncooked food in the same meal, eating large quantities of animal products, meat, eating hot and cold foods in the same meal, eating whilst taking a soft drink, eating junk food, foods that have been over-fried. All of these bad eating habits cause acidic waste. It makes your stomach environment highly acidic or over acidic than it's supposed to be. Yes, the stomach environment is supposed to be acidic, but when you eat these junk foods and all these bad food combinations, when you take milk, eggs, cheese, margarine, all of these bad combinations that you do, it causes acidic wastes in your system that irritates the stomach walls by causing swellings and inflammations. And so when these swellings and inflammations caused by this, what some doctors call acidosis, when these things happen, then the H. pylori bacteria will have access to them. When these breakages, when these swellings, when these inflammations happen, that is when the Helicobacter bacteria gets to thrive. And when you go and they conduct a test, they realize that Helicobacter bacteria is in your stomach. And so what do? They give you an antibiotic to treat the Helicobacter bacteria, to kill it. Now, after killing it, if the wound is still there, the conditions that created those injuries are still there, which means what? You will get more and more injuries, and new Helicobacter bacteria will enter your system and they will thrive on those inflammation. And that is why for years they keep prescribing antibiotics to you. You keep taking them without fail, but your ulcer seems not to be going. Why? Because nobody told you that the lifestyle you are living is what is causing the problem for you. You are just doing window dressing. You are just sweeping the problem under the carpet. The real culprit is the food you are eating. The bad food combinations. You eat spaghetti late in the night with egg, with baked beans, with sardines, with meat, corned beef, all in one meal. This is a very poisonous combination. It's going to cause acidic waste and acidic gases in your system, and it will leave you with injuries in there that the bacteria can thrive on. So it is not enough for you to just take antibiotics thinking that it's going to solve the problem. Without a commensurate change in attitude and in your diet, you are not going to get a relief. And so I'm going to give you suggestions about foods that when you eat, you are going to get a relief from ulcer. And let me remind you once again, those of you who want quick fixes, this is not going to work for you if you do not change your bad eating habits. If you don't change your bad lifestyles, the solutions I'm going to give you is definitely not going to work. That is why the antibiotics did not work. Because when you were taking the antibiotics, if you were disciplined enough to stop eating junk food, if you were disciplined enough to stop eating late at night, if you were disciplined enough to stop eating meat, eggs, margarines, milk, stop eating bread, combining it by heart and eating, if you were disciplined enough to stop all of that, you would have been free from ulcer. So what am I talking about? One medical doctor as far back as 1950, Dr. Cheney, he published in the Journal of American Dietetic Association that he treated 26 patients with cabbage juice only. 26 people who were suffering from gastric ulcer. He treated all of these people with cabbage juice only. And the interesting part is that 24 out of these 26 were healed within 3 weeks of treating them with cabbage juice only. Now, after that, as far back as 1950, almost 70 years ago, so many health professionals and doctors have come to confirm what Dr. Cheney produced in that journal, what he published in that journal, that indeed cabbage juice contains active ingredients that repair the stomach wall. Apart from cabbage juice, other foods that are very beneficial for ulcer patients are sweet potatoes, bananas, plantains, and green leaves in general. And key amongst them also is ginger or ginger root. Now, there is a particular acid within the cabbage, within the potatoes, within the banana, within the plantain that gives it that slimy feel or texture. And that particular acid has been found to repair swellings and inflammation in the stomach wall. And so when you consume these foods that I have mentioned on empty stomach, when you consume them, what they do is that they are going to heal the inflammation that has been caused by the poisonous food that you have been eating, and then block access for the Helicobacter bacteria to continue to thrive in your system. So how do you go about this? You need to blend the cabbage into a juice and take them on empty stomach. First thing in the morning, you get up, you blend the cabbage juice, and then you drink it on empty stomach, and it's going to help to heal your ulcer. You can do the same thing for sweet potatoes. You buy sweet potatoes, peel it, blend it, form a juice, and then you take it first thing in the morning. In less than a week or two, you are going to get completely free from your ulcer. The same thing with bananas. You should eat bananas most part of the day. Sometimes I used to take banana first thing in the morning as my breakfast. You can take it as your lunch. But mind you, do not mix the banana with groundnuts, because the groundnut is cooked and the banana is raw. When you eat the groundnut with the banana, the groundnut is going to delay the digestion of the banana. You realize that anytime you eat banana with groundnuts, you get bloated, you get a lot of acidic gases in your belly. And it is because you have mixed cooked food and uncooked food. So if you are trying to treat ulcer, you may want to stay away from combining bananas with groundnuts. You need to take the banana on empty stomach and in a raw state without mixing it with anything. If you are eating the cabbage, if you can't take the juice, you can slide the cabbage and take it raw with other vegetables, which is also very good, and it will help you to get rid of your ulcer. You can prepare a ginger drink. Just blend the ginger or grate it, make a juice out of it, sieve it, and take it on empty stomach when you have not eaten yet. And it is going to help you to get rid of your ulcer once and for all. Ginger root is known to be an antibacterial, and so it protects you from the activities of this Helicobacter bacteria that the antibiotics are supposed to help you with. Let me remind you once again, all of these things I'm discussing with you will not work if you do not stop eating fried rice. You do not stop eating pizza. You have ulcer and you still think that the taste you feel in your mouth is more important to you than your health, then all of these things I'm telling you will not work. Yes, you need to eat a lot more fruits on empty stomach. And after you have eaten a cooked food, don't eat a raw food or something fresh, something raw. Take the fruit on empty stomach. If it is watermelons you feel like taking, take it. 30 minutes later, go and eat your cooked food. But don't finish eating the cooked food and you come and eat the watermelon, you come and take the orange or the banana. It's going to cause fermentation and putrefaction, cause acidic gases for you. Your stomach will be bloated. All of the medicines you take will be useless. So you need to combine these two. If they prescribe antibiotics for you, I'm not saying you should not take them. By all means, take them. It is because of the advice of a medical practitioner, yes. But what they don't have time to tell you is that if you do not change your lifestyle, you will come back again and they will prescribe the medicine for you. And the manufacturer of the medicine will make his or her money and you will go and suffer and die. You will go through surgeries, avoidable surgeries. You will go through a lot of pain and trauma that are completely avoidable. If you have ulcer, take control of your own life. Stay away from junk food. Don't eat meat. Don't eat chicken. Don't take ice cream. Don't take sweets. Don't take toffees. All of these things are animal products that will create an acidic or a seriously acidic internal environment that is going to cause inflammation and increase your problems. So apart from ulcers, you're also going to be having acid reflux, which we'll be discussing later on. And so this is where I conclude. Take responsibility of your own life. What you put into your mouth is the thing that takes you to the hospital. That is what someone told me about 15 years ago or more. Yes. What you put into your mouth is the thing that takes you to the hospital. And so take responsibility of your life and stay away from the foods that poison your system and make you sick. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. If you have more questions, you can place that at the comment section. I'll see it and I will try to respond to your questions. You can also send me a WhatsApp. The WhatsApp line is on the page 0542556688. You can also call if you need some support, some advice about a particular condition that you have, and I'll do my best to come respond to you. Thank you very much and have a great day.